I've always worked for very small companies. It's been 1 or 2 levels of people between me and the owner. So I've always had direct contact with our policymakers, so to speak, the owners of the vessels. And in my experience, which I'm starting to find out has maybe been a little rare, I've had very good support on board. I've had fantastic mentorship. I've always felt safe in a crew sense that I could always go to the first mate or the captain and talk about what's going on. The situations that I won't even say were dangerous, I will just call them uncomfortable, especially in the spectrum of the things that we've been talking about and the industry has been talking about, have all come from passengers. So in my sector, you can get this really tight-knit crew where you feel supported and you have this family atmosphere, and you can talk to the people that you work with and talk to your bosses and your captains to create an environment where you do feel like you can talk about the things that are unsafe or bothering you or wearing on you physically or mentally, because long-term charters can get that way. You're at somebody else's beck and call for basically 24/7 for the amount of time these people are on board. So different type of just emotional stress while you're there. So as captain, I have found that it is my duty to make sure that I listen to my crew. And because we are a small group, I can kind of infer some of their just physical cues. Like, I know when my first mate has had a rough day, like, we can talk about it. I might even start the conversation and just be like, hey, buddy, you're looking tired. Like, what can we do as your crew to help support you in that? My chiefs do same thing. You know, you can just tell after a long charter or even just a long day on charter where people have just been like poking at him all day. You just want to be like, hey, you know, do you want to talk about what's happened? So I think that in the smaller boats or even in the yachting industry where the captain has more influence, I think, over just the environment that the crew gets to work in, there's less levels for them to have to answer to. I think we've started to see a bigger difference from there. We're getting the captains of the vessels involved and training them in a way to help support the crew.